So let me share this story with you. And what inspired this was I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning. And I didn't know why I woke up, and I checked my email, and I think it was one of those God things. I love how God works in my business sometimes. And I checked my email, and I had an email from a very inspirational friend and mentor, an 8-figure earner, that reminded me of this story that I'm about to tell you from a few years back. So when I got started in business, I was doing real estate, and I set up to go to an event in Dallas, downtown Dallas, Texas, and this would have been 2011. And I made it a goal. It was a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal, that in my 3 days in Dallas, without knowing the market, without knowing anybody there or having any existing business contacts, I was going to form the network necessary and put together a real estate deal in Dallas. And here, that way you guys can see my eyes. And I was going to put together a deal in 3 days in Dallas. And so I went to the event, and I just booked myself full of meetings. I networked my butt off, and I booked myself full of meetings all 3 days, three straight days. The event was awesome. I learned a bunch of stuff. It was great. I made some good connections, but here's the thing. Out of the 20 plus meetings that I had, many of them were disappointing. Many of them were fruitless. They didn't lead to much. It did lead to me making about 5 really good, solid friends and business connections in Dallas. But here's the thing. By the end of my 3-day stay, I had made enough connections with sellers and made connections with people who were deal sources that I actually had some potential deals on the table. I had made connections with local title companies to where I had somebody that could close a deal for me. And I had several deals that I was in a position to get under contract. However, I was not able to network with enough people and make a contact with a buyer that would allow me to close the deals that I had ready to put under contract. So, what's the lesson there? And this is aside from the point of the story, but the lesson there was, if you set a big, hairy, audacious goal, you may not reach it, but you'll get a lot further along in the process and surprisingly close, especially think about that. I was just getting started in real estate investing. I'd only been in Dallas for 3 days, and I had set the goal that in 3 days' time I was going to build a network, you just don't build a network in 3 days. I was going to build a network and close a deal. That just doesn't usually happen. And yet I came really, really close. But now here's the coolest part of the story, and really the end point lesson for today. My very last meeting was scheduled on my last day in town. I thought about canceling it. It was this guy that I met on an investor website, some social media, knew absolutely nothing about the guy except that he was interested in real estate too. We had common business interests. And when he arranged, and I'm on the way out of town, I'm discouraged, I haven't met my goal, I haven't closed any deals. Keep in mind, I'm a new entrepreneur, a new business owner, hadn't gone through the self-development yet to understand that you encounter discouragement like that, and it's a normal thing, right? This is all new to me. And I'm thinking, man, I'm a failure. I'm headed out of town. I didn't accomplish my goal. Totally ignoring the fact that I learned all this great stuff at this awesome event that I went to. Totally ignoring the fact that I had 5 awesome connections and new friends in Dallas because of the big goal that I'd set for myself. And here I am set up for this last meeting, and really what I wanted to do was just cancel the meeting and get on the road and head home to Kansas City. But I say against my better judgment, I went to that meeting, and this guy sets up to meet with me at the Waffle House in Euless, Texas. And I'm thinking to myself, Waffle House. Waffle House in Euless, Texas. There's no way this meeting is going to be any better than the other 20-some that have disappointed me. Wrong. I show up at the meeting. There's a dude in jeans and a collared shirt. Very nice, very kind guy, very giving guy. And I prejudge him at the beginning of our conversation. We sit down, all he orders is coffee. He offers to order me a coffee. I decline. And he starts talking for a minute, and all of a sudden, I realize that I'm sitting down with a real player in the real estate industry. And it turns out I'm sitting down with somebody who's about to become my future mentor, and is still a mentor of mine today. But here's what changed. In the beginning of our conversation, all of a sudden he busts out an iPad and starts scrolling through deal after deal after deal after deal of these tax lien and tax deed properties that he's working on acquiring, and then starts running me through deals he's already done that he's got saved away in folders. He's got pictures, he's got the paperwork, the title work, evidence of the checks. And I realized that this guy is a real estate multi-millionaire doing an abundance of deals every single month, every single year. And I've just sat down with who's about to become my new mentor. And I was getting ready to cancel that meeting. But here's the other cool thing, and really the biggest takeaway from our meeting was this. This was the first person to show real belief in me. Because halfway through our conversation, he stopped me and he said, Adam, I've been listening to you as you talk, and you use the word can't way too much, and what you're conveying in your conversation is that you don't even believe in yourself to accomplish the things that you're setting out to accomplish. So you need to make a decision right now. Do you really believe in yourself? Because I do. I'll tell you how much I believe in you. And I'm serious. This is what he said to me, guys. He said, Adam, you are worth so much right now that it is as simple as you getting out a blank check, dating it for the future, and adding as many zeros behind that first number as you want, and that's what you can earn. Now, when he said that to me, remember, I've seen this guy's portfolio, I've seen his past deals, I've seen what he's working on. This guy's a multimillionaire and a player in the industry that I'm getting started in. And he's conveying to me that he believes in me more than I believe in myself. What's my point with that? That is when things started to turn around for me. That is when I became a real real estate investor. Because I realized that I could do the things I was setting out to do because I had somebody who had been there and done that and knew exactly where I was in my mind and in my development process. He knew exactly where I was because he'd been there. He'd walked the path in front of me. And he conveyed to me that I simply needed to believe in myself. So here's the lesson. You absolutely must have mentors and be surrounding yourself with people who believe in you. You absolutely must be weeding out people in your life that are not helping you further yourself towards your vision, towards your goals. Anybody who expresses doubt in you, anybody who doesn't show you that they believe in you, they're out. And you need to find, if you haven't already, and if you have already found people that believe in you, keep them and grow that circle. Grow an inner circle full of people that believe in you and will say things to you like what my mentor said to me.